Hello, everyone. It's Dr. Sandra, and welcome to my workshop on Leap to Your Next Level of Success. I am so excited to be delivering this workshop for you on today. So, before I get started into some of the meat of the workshop, I want to tell you a little bit about me and my experience. So, you'll know why is Dr. Sandra able to talk about leaping to your next level of success? Well, I'm an award-winning leadership coach, mentor, and leader. I'm an experienced mentor. I'm an ordained minister. I've got 30 years of actual C-level leadership, over 25 years in teaching ministry. And I've spent 16 years as a C-level executive. I've had the ability to grow in a successful business and coach and mentor women to reach their next level of success in their career or their ministry. I'm also a member of corporate boards and education boards. I'm the CEO of Coach, Teach, and Serve, and I'm the founder of Vision Building Women. So I have a lot of different experiences that I bring to the table about leadership. And I can teach you about how you leap. And I'll tell you what leap is in just a few minutes, how you leap to your next level of success. Now, let me tell you a little bit about the Vision Building Institute. The Vision Building Institute was founded so that women could have support to increase their influence, impact, and income. And we do that through coaching and mentoring, individualized group teaching, leadership and ministry coaching, and executive mentoring. As far as the Vision Building Women, which is an online community, it's a wonderful online community. I'd love for you to be a part of that. You can just search Facebook on Vision Building Women and become a part of that online community. But in the community, we focus on ministry development, leadership development, and career development. Now that I've told you a little bit about me, let me tell you what I believe I know about you. Now, if you are looking to go into something full-time, maybe be an entrepreneur full-time, or go to ministry full-time, or have your own business full-time, whatever it is, more than likely right now, you're working full-time. You've experienced success on your job. You may even have a vision for your own business or your ministry, but you really want to stay on the job until you get things, and I'll put this in air quotes, in order. And in order may mean financially, spiritually, emotionally, whatever it takes, that you get things in order before you actually leave a job to start something 100% or full time. You really want to live your dream, but making the leap seems kind of overwhelming, and you want to operate in your God-given gifts, but for whatever reason, but I found that some of you may even like your job and you want to stay on your job and you're just not ready to leave, but you want to go into a new arena. Bottom line is that you are ready for your next level of success. Whatever that success is to you, that's what you're ready to go do. Now, my keynote, if you had the opportunity to listen to my keynote, it was Leap to Your Next Level of Success. So what we're going to do here in this workshop, we're going to take a deeper dive into the components of Leap to Your Next Level of Success. Now, I started with the question, how do I know when it's time to leave? Or how do I know that I've been at a job too long and it's time for me to do something different? Well, let me give you a little bit of my story from there. I was the senior vice president for the 58 community colleges in North Carolina. North Carolina has one of the largest community college systems in the world. And I had the opportunity and pleasure to be the senior vice president for all of technology, distance learning, all your IT security, all of your systems, your libraries, your data, everything that made the community college work pretty much, except for the faculty and the teaching, I actually had responsibility for. So what you see me doing here is you see me presenting to one of our state board meetings. Now, at these meetings, there are several types of different kinds of things that I had to speak about. And I'll tell you, I really, really liked what I was doing. I really, really liked what I was doing, but there was something that was still missing. Okay. So it's not like that I didn't have the opportunity I didn't have the level of job, because here I was the chief technology officer and senior vice president. So I had the opportunity to work at higher levels. In addition to that, I was a commencement speaker. I spoke at many, many commencements because I love speaking. I love pouring into other people. I was also the alumni of the year at NC State for the College of Sciences because of my work in technology and my work in science. And here's another picture there. This is one of my favorites with one of my favorite deans, okay? And at the Evening of the Stars, where he presented me with the Outstanding Alumni or Alumni of the Year Award. Here, I was named North Carolina's Technology Woman of the Year. And that is a huge honor that North Carolina gives to one woman every single year for technology contributions. But you know what? I still was in the back of my mind, even with all that. I really loved my job. I was getting all kinds of awards, doing all kinds of great things, but I still had the question, when do I know it's time to leave? How do I know it's time to go? And then what do I go to? But then I had this experience that you see here, and this is what changed everything for me. I had to do a presentation, or I was asked to do a presentation for a group of women at a women's conference. Now, I've done lots of presentations before, but they were all very technical in nature, all around my job, those sorts of things. Of course, I had done ministry as well, but I had never actually stepped out and taught on leadership. Actually stepped out and taught on leadership to women. And this particular group that you see here, all of these women were women leaders in all different sorts of areas. And when I was asked to speak, you know, I really felt that I had hit my sweet spot. I was like, oh, I love this. Women's leadership lives are being transformed. They're loving what they do. Now they can take what they learned from me and go back to their organizations and be even better leaders. So it was at this point that I knew that I really wanted to teach, to train, and to speak about leadership and be able to do that full time if I could. However, remember, I really still liked my job. I really liked what I did. So I had the question, how do I know, again, how do I know it's time to leave? Or will it ever be time to leave? And so the answer to this question is, for me, was when I'm giving more to the job than the job gives to me, it's time for me to prepare for my next. Now, I want to remind you, I was doing lots of great things. I was getting lots of great awards and recognition. And that was wonderful. I really, to this day, I really appreciate that. But I found out, I really realized that I was really giving to my job. And then as I began to ask myself, what is the job giving back to me? What kind of experiences, other than just a paycheck now, what kind of experiences, what kinds of things can I take away from this job to go into what I want to do next, which of course was speaking, coaching, consulting, mentoring with women in leadership. So I decided to say, you know what? Let me begin to look at this. Let me sit down and ask myself, since I'm not ready to leave my job, and I wasn't at that time, since I'm not ready to leave my job, how do I go about using the things that I learn every single day to prepare me for the next level of success that I would like to have? And for me, that next level of success was defined as teaching, training, consulting, mentor, and coaching full time. Now, your next level of success could be different than mine, but the question still remains the same. What can you take out of your job? Because remember, you're giving to the job, so you want the job to give back to you. So from what the job is giving back to you, what can you take from that to prepare for your next? Well, out of all of that came this concept called LEAP. LEAP, okay? And LEAP is an acronym for Launch Exceptionally into Your Accurate Position. Launch exceptionally into your accurate position. And so when I begin to think about it, that's what we want to do, right? I mean, sometimes our next level of success may be a new job, or it could be a different place in ministry, or it could be to write a book, or it could be to go back to school. I don't know what your next level of success is, but what you want to do is you want to launch exceptionally into your accurate position, which is the position that you want to be in next. And that's your next level of success. So I define a process by which you can work your job, your current job, to prepare you for your next level of success. What can I do now? What can I take away from my current job so that I can prepare myself for my next level of success? Now, keep in mind, this is not all about money. This is not all about training. This is about using your experiences, just everyday experiences that you have on your job. Use those to prepare you for your next level of success. And that's what we're going to talk about here in this particular workshop. So we're going to talk about leaping into that next level of success. So now I want to show you sort of like a model that takes us there. So first of all, there's you in the middle, right? That's you in the middle, and you are almost ready to leap. You're not sure, you have some questions, that sort of thing, and that's natural. That's natural, but you know that there's more that you want to do other than just working the 9 to 5 that you have today. Well, first of all, you have to make a decision for your next level. You've got to make a decision. You've got to decide, you know what, I want to write that book, or I want to start that business, or I really desire to start a shelter ministry, or a homeless ministry, or women's ministry, whatever it is that you really desire to start that. Or your next level of success could be, I'm ready to go back to school now, or I'm ready to go back to take some courses to get a certification. Whatever it is, you want to keep in mind that you have to make the decision to do it. That's the first thing. You've got to make the decision to do it, because it all starts in your mind. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Then after you make the decision for your next level, then you've got to work it. You've got to determine, okay, what do I need to do? And we want to work that decision. Well, that's what we're talking about in this workshop. How do you work your job so that it'll prepare you for your next level of success? Now, as you work that decision, what you will find is that you will start to grow. Now, I love acronyms, as you can probably tell, right? I love acronyms. And GROW is for gain real opportunities to win. Gain real opportunities to win. Now, these are opportunities that you will see as you begin to work your decision. And as you work your decision, what you'll find out is you begin to learn more, you begin to grow more, and you will have opportunities that are now opportunities for you for growth, for learning, and for elevation, so that you can use those in your next level of success. And then finally, the top part here is leap. That once we make the decision, once we begin working the decision, once we have all of these new and real opportunities to win, then our next step is to leap. So I'm going to go through each part of the process. And this is the process to work your job to your next, so you can have it to prepare for your next level of success. Now, there are 7 different areas to work your job. Now, I give 7 because these are the 7 I sort of put everything under. You may have more. As you are working your job, there may be some things that you might want to add to this list. That is fine. That is fine. This is all about giving you a starting point so that you can have a process to work through and begin to work your job. Because see, let me tell you a little bit of a secret. When you begin to work your job and now You don't view your job as just something, oh, I got to go to work tomorrow. So when you don't view your job that way, and you see your job as the stepping stone that you need that for your next level, then you start to look at opportunities. Then you start to look at obstacles. You start looking at things differently in that job, because now that job is no longer just a job. That job is now preparation for your next level. Okay, so here we are going to talk about, how do I work my dream? Working your obstacles, working your clarity, work your audience, work your exit and your entrance, work your focus, and work your team. Now let's look at each one of these in detail, starting with working your dream. How do I work my dream? You know what? Because you think about it, your dream is, that is if you want to leave the job, but either way, your dream is to be full-time in your dream, which could be your own job, or your own business, or it could be going back to school full time, or it could be, whatever it is, or it could be that you want to continue to work, but do it part time. Either way, you have to work that dream. And what that says is that you have to understand your vision, your calling, and your assignment. And we don't really have enough time to go in detail in each one of these, but know that if you don't have a vision, as the scriptures tell us, without vision, the people perish. You must have direction, and vision gives you direction. Your calling are the gifts and skills and abilities that you have that you're going to put towards that particular vision. And so then finally, your assignment are the actual actions that you are going to take. Now, working your dream itself, just doing this particular component, can take lots of time. It can take lots of time. And the reason for that is because you want to be clear. You really want to be clear on, what is it that is my next level of success? And then once you understand that your vision, your calling, and your assignment are all part of that, then it'll be much easier for you to be able to work that dream. One of the things that I always had in front of me, I would say to I could see myself coaching women. I could see myself speaking to thousands of people. I could actually see myself, doing, creating courses and doing those kinds of things that I really enjoyed and really love to do. So when you work your dream, understand what it is that your vision, your calling, and your assignment actually are, and then document them. Put them on paper. Create your own vision. I call them vision notebooks. A lot of people create vision boards, and I love vision boards. I think they're great. But a vision board without strategy behind it is really a waste of time. So if you create a vision board, then make sure that you create or have a notebook such that you'll have your calling, your gifts, your skills, your abilities. You'll have all that in there as well. You'll have that documented. And then you'll have the assignment documented. And the assignment is just a task that you have to take in order to make that vision a reality. All right, so you want to have that. So here, in order to work your dream, document where you want to go. Document where you see yourself. Just don't think about it. Put it on paper. I've had clients that will actually draw pictures of it and put it in their office, or put it in their bathroom on the mirror, or put it in their kitchen, in their homes, or wherever you spend a lot of time. But don't just think about it. Write it down. Okay, so that you can actually see it. And then the more you see it, the more you will want full time. Go ahead and establish and document what is your vision, calling, and assignment. And let me give you another little tidbit here, is that this vision doesn't have to be something that is concrete and it has to stay that way forever. The vision can change as you change. As you elevate, as you launch more and more into your accurate position, your vision will as well. So don't get stuck in this part thinking that everything has to be a certain way. It does not. It just has to make sure that it matches what it is that you desire to do. Okay. So the first thing is working your dream. The next one, and this is one of my favorites, is to work your obstacles. Identify the obstacles you encountered on the job, and then the strategies you used, and the lessons you learned from the obstacles. Now, this is so critical because one of the things that most of the time that we don't do is we don't look at our obstacles as opportunities. And that's how I want you to view obstacles from now on. Look at every single obstacle as an opportunity. Now, when I say obstacle, I want you to also think about an obstacle maybe as a struggle, as a pain point, as something that's causing you some angst at your job, right? But look at it as an opportunity. So now let me give you really quickly the different types of obstacles. Now, some of these you want to experience on the job. I just want you to see these because you can have obstacles in other areas of your life as well. There are external obstacles, things that are totally outside your control, like the economy, natural disasters, physical limitations, political climate. These are things that are out of your control, but they may impact you. For example, when I was working, the economy was out of my control. However, I had to do budgets. And there were times when the economy had it such that I had to decrease my budget, which means that sometimes I had to lay people off, all right? And I would literally want to work with those people that I had to lay off and say, look, how can we turn this around? How can we turn this into a positive for you? And so each one of them, although these were external obstacles, they found ways to turn those obstacles into opportunities. So even external obstacles that are outside of you can actually be turned into an opportunity. Now, there are also internal obstacles, and these are things that may happen one time, but you have control over them, such as your debt, your cash flow, your time availability, whether or not you need a skill or a talent to be able to move forward, and you don't have it. So these are internal obstacles, but you can use them as well. Think about it. If you're in a lot of debt now and you work hard to pay that off, you will not get in debt again that way. Okay, because especially if you can't do certain things because you're in debt. Say, for example, you want to go back to school, but you can't go back to school because you're in so much debt with credit cards and cars and all these kinds of things. So internal obstacles, although they only happen one time, you can learn from them as well. Time availability. One of the biggest obstacles that I used to have is people wanting my time. People wanting me to speak here or do this and do that. And I tell you, it really wore on me physically and emotionally as well. And so now that I'm in my next level of success at this point in time in my life, I am very, very cognizant of what I say yes to and what I say no to in regards to my time. But I learned that because of the obstacles that I had at work. And let's look at one more. Social obstacles. These obstacles reflect how other people and situations can be a hindrance to you. People that are uncooperative, people don't give you support, toxic relationships, traditions, social norms, conformity. These are all social obstacles that you may encounter while you are at work. And especially around the toxic relationship. Sometimes, you may have a toxic relationship with a boss or a coworker. Well, you know what? The only way that you're going to get out of that is to go to a different job or do something else. But even in that, figure out, how can I take what I'm learning because of this toxic relationship, for example, and use it for my next level of success? So I think that is so, so, so important. So as you look at the different kinds of obstacles, I want you to keep in mind that every obstacle at work, turn it into an opportunity. Literally, turn it into an opportunity. I think of all of the different obstacles or challenges and different things that I've had to experience at work. I mean, some of them were just from being an African-American female leader in technology. There's not that many of us. Okay. So some of them was just because of that. And so, but I look at those obstacles now, and they have helped me to build my business. They have given me the credibility to be able to speak to you here today. And so I use those obstacles to my advantage. I use them now as strategies, ways of helping my clients. When I'm speaking, I can talk about them, and I can help other people as I talk about them. And what does that do? That make sure that you don't make the same mistake. Okay, so you can go to your next level of success faster and more efficiently because of my mistakes that I've made, and now I can teach them to you. I consider that turning those obstacles of mine into an opportunity for my and your next level of success. All right. Now, this is one of my favorite pictures. It's just an egg and a tennis ball, but I want you to remember this. Remember that when you have obstacles and you have things at work that are challenging, don't be like the egg. You know, when you throw an egg up against the wall, it just goes up against the wall and then it just goes everywhere because it breaks, right? But when you throw a tennis ball up against the wall, it's going to bounce back every single time. And that's what I want you to be like as a leader, as someone who has leadership in them, where you are doing leadership types of activities. Don't be an egg, be a tennis ball. And tennis balls, okay, if you're a tennis ball, then you're going to look at every obstacle as an opportunity. So now think about the last obstacle you just encountered, the last obstacle, challenge, struggle, whatever that you encountered. Now ask yourself, how can I turn that into an opportunity? How can I turn, and I want you to write it down. And I want you to get accustomed to writing down those opportunities all the time. You'd be surprised at not only how you help yourself, but how you help others as well. Okay, let's look at the next one. How to work your confidence and clarity. How to work your confidence and clarity. Now, and this one says, gain the confidence and get clear on your next steps to your next level. Okay, on the steps to your next level. Now, I want to tell you something. Clarity is not found by sitting still. To find clarity, you must take action. You will not get clear until you start taking some action and actually doing some other kinds of work, maybe stepping out and taking a class, or maybe stepping out and finding out more information about starting your business. Whatever it is, the only way you're going to get confident and be clear and start getting that clarity that you want about what it is that you're going to be doing is if you start to take action. I can't say it any plainer than that. One of the things that I've learned is that I always write down the things that I'm not clear on. If I'm not clear on something, I'll write it down on a piece of paper, and then I may start to research it using the internet. I'll go online to some online libraries and just start doing some research. I'll start asking people that I think might know about it. But every single time I can gather all that information, but it's not until I literally start stepping out and start taking some action that I get confident in what I'm doing, and then I get clear and have the clarity on what my next steps are. So while you're on the job, use that time to gain your confidence and get clear about what it is that you want to do. Whatever that vision is that we talked about, that vision, that the assignment, all of that, get clear with that while you're on the job. Use that time while you're on the job. Use your lunch break. Instead of going to eat every time, get a burger and go to the library. Okay, use that time. But begin to document all of this. Write all of this down in your next level of success workbook. Okay, find some paper, find a workbook or a notebook. When I say workbook, I mean just a 3-ring binder, and put it together for your next level of success. But remember, confidence and clarity are only going to come when you start taking some action. Now, this is one of my favorite scriptures because it lets us know that it says, Ephesians 3:20, now unto him that is able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all that we can ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. What that tells me over and over is that if I'm going to have what I want, if I'm going to have that next level of success, it's according to the power that worketh in me. Okay, and I've got to utilize that power to be able to move forward. Remember again, clarity and confidence take action. need action behind it. All right, let's go to the next one. Working your audience, getting clear on who you are called to serve. Now, let me tell you a secret. You are not called to serve everybody. You are not called to serve everyone. So many times when we are setting up a business, and especially in ministry, setting up ministry, we believe that we just want to save and serve the world. Well, that is not the case. Okay. You cannot do that. You will run yourself, literally run yourself ragged trying to serve everyone. So use the time at your job to figure out, who is it that I'm really called to serve? Who are you called to serve? And determine that and find that out on the job, so that when you do take the leap to launch exceptionally into your accurate position, you already know who you're called to serve. This was one of the main areas that I see so many people struggling with. I struggled with it. When I finally took the leap, I really thought I knew who I was supposed to serve. But then I realized, oh my goodness, I'm not really making any money from the people that I thought I was supposed to be serving. It was not working out. And so what I decided to do was to get some help. I got some help in coaching and determine who I'm supposed to serve. And now I know exactly the target audience that I am to serve. And so you have to do the same thing, but make sure, if you can, do that while you're on the job. Okay, do these things while you are working. Work your job. Here's the thing. If you are working in an industry and your next level of success is that same industry, then determine while you're on the job, who are the kinds of people that I want to work with? You know, do I want to work with entrepreneurs that are nurses? And some of them want to work with nurses and some of them don't. It just depends on what it is they want to do. But they're figuring that out while they are nursing. They're doing while they're actually a nurse. Some of them are nurses in a hospital. One is a nurse that goes around with palliative care, that sort of thing. But either way, they're determining now who they want to serve. Don't wait until afterwards to try to figure it out. Figure that out today while you're on the job. All right. Now, the next one. This is so very important, and that is to work your exit and your entrance. To work your exit and your entrance. If you don't develop an exit strategy from your job, then you will not have a successful entrance strategy into your next level, or into your dream, or into your next level. You have to have a way. How am I going to exit the job? Now, an exit strategy is just not my last day on the job is going to be July 1st. No, that's not an exit strategy. An exit strategy is financial. An exit strategy is emotional. An exit strategy is a plan that you put together to determine, what am I going to do? How am I going to move forward once I leave? Now, if you're not leaving, then of course, you don't necessarily do an exit strategy. But your exit, you do one, but it's a little bit different. Your exit strategy, if you're not leaving your job, what you have now is, what am I going to take from this job that I've been learning every single day through my experiences, my opportunities, my challenges? What am I going to take into my next level, into my new job, my next job? It could be another job. It could be your own business. It could be a ministry. What am I going to take into that? So that would be part of your exit strategy. And then, of course, your entrance strategy is, how am I going to enter? What am I going to do? What are kinds of things? Who am I going to work with? How am I going to find clients? All of those sorts of things, you want to make sure that you are able to sit down and think about it. This is probably one of the main places that I see people not do effectively, and then they get stuck in either the exit or the entrance. And most of the time, they get stuck in the entrance. Their business is not going like they thought it should. Why? Because they didn't do the exiting and the entrance strategies to make sure they have what they needed once they went from one level to their next level of success. The next one is working your focus. Now, this is one of my favorite ones because here you have to determine your areas of commitment to yourself. Okay, you have to determine your areas of commitment to yourself. And the main thing here is getting out of your comfort zone. Because see, when you're in a comfort zone, you are going to allow yourself to feel safe and feel in control. And you have to commit to yourself that you are going to move from the comfort zone, through the fear zone, past the learning zone, into the growth zone. Because see, it's in the growth zone where you conquer your objectives, where you set new goals, where you overcome obstacles, all the things that we've been talking about. All of those are growth zone. Now, there's nothing wrong with learning, absolutely nothing wrong with learning at all. But because when you learn, you want to acquire your new skills. But sometimes you get stuck in the learning. You keep learning and learning and learning, but you never take action. See, when you take action, you're over in the growth zone. So in terms of making a commitment to yourself, your first commitment is to get out of your own comfort zone. If you want to move to a next level of success and comfort zone do not go together. Let's look at this next one. If you want to go to the next level of success, then start now being in that, what we call the 2% mindset. That is 2% of the population go for their dreams. 2% of the population have the confidence, explore new things, fulfillment, act in spite of fear, have that abundance. They like change. They embrace the unknown. That's only 2% of the population. And you want to be in that 2%. If you are going to move to your next level of success, then you have to not be in that comfort zone like the rest of the 98% of the population, being like everyone else, insecure, making excuses, having that fear, procrastination, playing it safe. That's comfort zone kind of stuff, y'all. And you don't want to have this. Now, I challenge you as you are listening to this presentation to ask yourself, am I in the 2% or the 98%? Now, if you're in the 98%, that's okay for this minute, okay? For this minute. But in the next minute, you have to make a decision to be in the 2% of the population. Now, I want to show you one more slide. This is one slide that I always show because sometimes we allow things that are out of our control or that are not your responsibility to keep you in the comfort zone. And if you're going to commit to yourself to make that decision and then leap to your next level of success, you have to know that things that are your responsibility, like your words, your behavior, your actions, your efforts, your mistakes, your ideas, the consequences of your actions, those are things that are your responsibility. Things that are not your responsibility, what other people say, their mistakes, their beliefs, their actions, and their opinions. These are not things that are your responsibility. Worrying about things that are not your responsibility will keep you in comfort, and it will keep you from getting to your next level of success. This is one I have seen over and over and over again. So many people worry about what everybody else thinks and what everybody else says, and your responsibility is to you and what it is that you would like to do for your next level of success. Okay, moving to the last one here, working your team, working your team. Build that community that helps you to grow so that you can move to your next level of success. Now, that team was what I call your personal mentor network. And I use the word network because another secret here, it has to be more than one person. There is not any one person that can give you everything you need for your next level of success. It just doesn't work that way. So if these are areas in your life, spiritual, family, your physical health, your mental and emotional development, your career, relationships, finances, investing in yourself, your ministry or your calling, if these are areas in your life, then you need to establish a personal mentoring network or a person for each one of those areas. Okay, I have at least 6 different people in my network that I consider part of my personal mentoring network or my personal mentor network. The reason why is because the person who is my mentor for business, she can't be the person who is my mentor for ministry. She can't do that because they're 2 different things. The person that I look to as a mother, as a wife, she that's a different mentor, because different mentors have different areas of expertise, and you want to make sure that you utilize the area of expertise that's best for you for a particular area. But the key is here establishing that network. Figure out who that network is going to be before you go to your next level of success. If you leave the job that you're on, then ask yourself, who here do I still want to stay connected with for my next level? Are there people that are in your current work environment that you want to stay connected to? I'll be frank with you. There were hundreds of people that I knew and met as a senior VP and the work that I did. But for my next level of success, only about 4 of them now are now a part of that next level of success. That's strange, isn't it? Especially when you have so many people that you're involved with. But here's the thing: everybody can't go with you to your next level of success. They're not ready. Everyone can't go with you. So what I'd love for you to do is to start asking yourself, and of course, documenting it. All right, documenting it in your next level of success notebook, is that put down, who are the people that I want to network with in my next level? As you're going to meetings, as you're listening to speeches on the job, as you're doing whatever it is that you do, ask yourself, who are the people that I want in my next level of success? Now, what I've done is I've walked you through the process of using your job using the work you do on your job and the things that happen to you on your job to prepare you for your next level of success. We looked at working your dream, your vision, your goals, your obstacles, getting clarity, your audience, your exit and entrance, your focus, and then your team. And so I know that some of you are like, well, Dr. Sandra, how do I do all that? What can I have to make or what can I do to make all that happen? I'm glad you asked, because I'd like to introduce you to what I call the Shift Accelerator for Next Level Leaders. This helps you shift to your next level of success. It helps you go from where you are to shift, to get ready so that you can take the leap, so that you can launch exceptionally into that accurate position. This is a program that will allow you to develop the personal vision for your life, identify obstacles, help you to overcome them, remove fear and operate in confidence, know when it's time to leave a situation, help you to get clear on your calling and assignments, help position you to move from procrastination, which a lot of us do, to purpose, and then give you the tools that you need to stay focused on your purpose, your processes, and your priorities. Look at the modules here in the Shift Accelerator. The power of vision, overcoming your obstacles, fear versus confidence, time to go. And I will tell you, GO is, I told you I love acronyms. GO stands for get out. Okay, it's time to get out. How do you know when to leave a situation? Clarity. How do I get clear on my divine assignments, the assignments where I'm supposed to be? Am I supposed to be on this job, or am I supposed to be someplace else? How do I move forward to my purpose and finally stop procrastinating? Procrastination kills your purpose. Procrastination prohibits progress. You have to move beyond that. And then finally, how do I stay focused? What are some of the tools that I need to stay focused on my purpose, my processes, and my priorities? Here's the thing. This is all digital. You get immediate access to all 8 of these modules of next level leadership content. You get immediate access to it. You get lifetime access to it. Now, what makes this so great is that I've poured all of my years of experience and all of my expertise into the modules for this particular program. You can take it on your own time. In addition to the teaching modules, there are also 7 digital mentorship to action guides. It's like that I'm there mentoring with you as you go through the modules. Now, some of the modules have multiple lessons, so they're bite-sized lessons as you move through them. Then, in addition to the mentorship to action guides, there are 7 take action guides. These are practical worksheets to help you take action. Remember, I said, if you want to go to the next level of success, you must take action. Leaping requires action. Now, because you're here at Success Fest 21, I'm offering this total package for just $321. If you feel that this is what you need and you're ready for that next level of success and you're ready to work that job and make sure that you have these things, and just go to shift to next level, shift2nextlevel.com, shift2nextlevel.com, and you'll be able to find all the information that you hear that you need in order to be able to do that. So again, the Shift Accelerator for Next Level Leaders. I hope to see you on the inside. Again, here are the modules. So for your looking at there, and then if you'd like to contact me, I would love to hear from you. Please, you can contact me on LinkedIn or via my website. Get on my email list at drsandraspeaks.com. I want to thank you for this opportunity today to be able to speak with you and to share more and more about leaping to your next level. Thank you.
Through interlocking stories of incest, drug addiction, and domestic violence. It was creatively written to correlate with the developmental stages of the butterfly through the maturation of Alexander Scott, who is my character in the book. It is funny, it's triumphant, and it's also faith-based. And it ultimately speaks about our inner ability, no matter what we go through, to prevail through God's undeniable grace. My vision for my experiences are that they not just be read in a book,